One of the most common questions that I get both online and also in my life is that question of how long are you going to continue to do this, man? You've been going for so long. Today is 673, day 673, and it's a long time to do anything in a row, let alone squat every day. And a lot of people kind of think that I'm forcing myself to do this. It is hard yakka, and a lot of people are like, man, you have a lot of discipline and all of that. But, for me, I feel good. I feel like it's day one. I feel refreshed. I feel enthused. I feel like I want to do this. I want to do more. To me, like if my life, knock on wood, if my life is as it is right now, I see day 1,000, I see day 2,000, 3,000, whatever. Like for me, if everything stays the same, there's no reason for me to stop. The more kind of accurate question to ask me is, why are you doing this? And that probably will paint a better picture of then how long you're gonna do this. Because if you understand why I'm doing this, you're gonna understand that this guy is gonna continue going forever if everything stays in his life normally, because the reasoning is there. And the reasoning is, I guess I am on a pilgrimage. I'm on a journey to learn what this is, what the human body is. And I can read T Nation, I can read every single study in the world, I can get really smart with physics, biomechanics, all that sort of stuff, but nothing teaches me as simply doing. Ivan, you gotta improve your dorsiflexion to squat better. So what did Ivan do 5 years ago, before squat every day, before any of this? All right, no worries. I really want to squat ATG, I really want to squat like Lou. I'm going to demolish my ankles daily. Band distraction, voodoo flossing, massaging the Achilles, getting really strong in the tibialis anterior, stretching it this way, stretching it that way, looking at all these different ways. I went hard at it. Do you think my ATG improved? What was the end result of that? An ankle fracture. Because at that time I was playing basketball. And every single day you would stretch the damn ankles. And then you go on a basketball court, play, plant your foot, slide this way, slide that way, and all of a sudden, rolled an ankle. Never used to roll. I used to roll ankles as a kid playing basketball. I played basketball since I was like 10, 11 years old. I would roll ankles, but no worries, just continue playing. It's just not an event. Like I would literally just roll an ankle, kind of like LeBron. Tie the shoelaces and continue going. But this time around, I rolled my ankle and the freaking thing snapped. I popped a ligament in my ankle. That was 1 year. The following year, I did the same thing. So I realized that it's not in the ankles. And then I went back to the videos which said it's all in the ankles. And then I said to myself, that's wrong information. I don't think it's in the ankles. And then I started searching and researching for myself, because I'm not a dumb person. I can research things, look at skeletons, models, and think about what's going on here. Do you really need to send your kneecap into that next room over there for you to squat properly? You don't. Type in Clarence Kennedy. How does he squat? He doesn't have his dorsiflexion to the room. He's got all his shoes, but I don't see his kneecaps going over his toes. No, I don't. He's got a really posterior chain dominant squat. And the first time I saw him, I was like, I can get to 300 kilos, not sending my kneecap into the next room. So I went, grab the ankle story and throw it into the bin. What's next? Hips. Okay. So then I went after hips. Hip internal rotation, hip external rotation, internal rotation, flexion, extension, worked on all of it. I started seeing effects. I started seeing things unlock for me. I'm getting deeper in the squat. I'm getting stronger in the squat. I'm getting poppier from the ATG position. Aha, something is happening here. My internal rotation is getting better. External rotation is getting better. Everything's kind of feeling better. It's all in the hips. Then I went after that. So from that kind of experience, I realized that you can listen to what people are saying, but don't act like you don't have a case study for yourself. You have a human body. This is not like this imagining general relativity, relative relativity, Einstein stuff like space, speed of light, all this sort of stuff. You have here the thing we are talking about. You can do something right now. Do a test of your squat. Look at a mirror. Videotape it. And then do an exercise and see how that has made a difference. Videotape yourself doing the same squat. That's what I do. That is literally what I do. I come into a session, I warm up, and I go, how do I feel today? I'm feeling like I'm leaning over a whole bunch. What is going on here today? And then over the time, I've kind of realized and I've kind of developed a relationship with some of these structures where I'm like, okay, this is tight. Why is this tight? Think about the mechanisms. What's compensating for this? And so over a period of time, I've kind of learned what this is. Like I don't have a biomechanics degree. I don't have a sports physiotherapy degree. I've just learned this by myself. Test, retest. Test, do something, retest. 673 days in a row, this is what this is. I'm testing and retesting and keeping the things that work for me. That's all this is. So the squat everyday journey is not, I want to get to 700, 800, 900, 1,000 days. It is just a journey to understand what this is and what communicates, what goes with what. Back extensions, calf raises, GHD back extensions, hypers, core work, leg raises, core work. I can't even think of all the things that I've tested over the time. Like so many things. Tibialis anterior, I did that for a little bit. I went after the hamstrings for a period, went after the quads for a period. All these different quad exercises, unilateral work, all this sort of stuff. And each time I've kind of thought about it and made notes in my little logbook about what my feelings are, what's happening here. And so eventually I will get to a point, and it's not going to be a round number. Day 1000, Ivan's going to be a squat god. He's going to have all this information and write a book. It's a continual process. It's a continual process. It's always interesting to me, and I'm always having these aha moments. My people in my private life, the intimate circle, my wife and my best friends, family, they always giggle when I say this to them. I think I'm onto something. I've said this to people in my life a million times. They're all giggle because, oh, here we go, Ivan. Ivan's going to give us another lecture about why he thinks the psoas is critical to human movement, to the deep squat. And literally, I literally will do something, and I'll go back to squatting to the retest, and I'm like, God damn, it just feels different. I feel so more solid, blah, 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 blah. But this stuff doesn't happen overnight. It takes a week or two or something for me to kind of formalize my idea about what this thing is doing to this thing. And this thing is always the squat, right? This is why I don't change squat every day to deadlift every day to bench every day, because I'm solely focused on the squat, because it's way too much to focus on other stuff. Every single day I come in and I do a test. It's kind of like a pipette test, or like you do a color test. There's all these different chemicals. You put a dye, like, okay, today's the squat is a red tinge. Tomorrow's going to be a blue tinge, because I'm putting all these different agents within the squat tube. That's what this is. This is what this whole journey means for me. I'm continuously in a case study and experimentation phase. And over time, I've kind of worked some stuff out, like pin squats. Jesus Christ, I do pin squats. I rest a whole bunch. I don't do night shifts. I don't do a lot of shifts at the hospital. I'm on an annual leave. 200. What did I do? Like 16 days in a row or something like this? Of squat every day. Where did that come from? Pin squats, rest, food, all that sort of stuff. So I've got pockets of information in my logbook where I can go and be like, okay, this month I really want to push 220. What are the things that I know for myself that have worked for me in the previous periods? Okay, take the pin squat, write down pin squats. Take the core work. I need some core work to fight the back pumps from the pin squats. Okay, and so I've got a psoas curls, seated psoas curls, fantastic. I was doing psoas curls during that period, beautiful. So that's also part of the recipe. While I can hit 200 every single, I can feel strong every single day. Every other day I can do some back offsets, triples at 180, fives at 160 or something like this. I've got bits of like pockets in my pages, on my second book now, pockets in these logbooks where I can extract information like, okay, and I've written down certain things like how much I weigh, what I felt like, where the sticking point in the squat is and whatever. And I've had points where I'm like, there was no sticking point today because maybe it's because of this. 2 days ago I did this. So it's just kind of like I'm a student. And I'm continuously studying this. I'm continuously making these videos and sharing my ideas. And a lot of these ideas are repetitive because months on end. Like I will do back extensions in March because I thought it was the hip. That was the focus, trying to address the hip pain. Now I'm doing it to address the lower back pumps. Hip pain is completely gone. I've worked out hip pain. I need external rotation and I need 1, 2, or 3 things that I've already got in my mind, in my logbook, which if the hip pain starts to happen, do this, bang, sorted. The glute max inserts into the iliotibial band, that pulls on the TFL. TFL gets upset when there's too much tension in the ITB, secondary to the glute tension. So what do? Pump some damn blood into those glutes, voila, done. How do you want to do that? Take the barbell, do a set of 20. Do this stretch. Stretch the glute, release the tension in the glute. Aha, no more hip pain, the TFL is relaxed because it's not being pulled. So many of these type of examples, so many of these I'm onto something moments that this is the fuel for me. This is why I'm going to continue going and continue learning, because the end product, the top shelf is 300 kilo squat. And I want to get there. That's the goal. But in order for me to get there, it's not going to be a straight path. Mount Everest is not like from here to here, just straight line. You can't just climb the Mount Everest. It's like zigzag, go around the thing, blah, 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 blah. And so there's all these different things. And so people that are not watching every single day or following the journey, they come in like every once in a while and they're like, oh, you squatted 160 today, bro. You're getting weak. What are you doing, man? It's like, I can answer these questions, but it is not a linear relationship. You don't go from 160 on day 1 to 220 and every single day you're adding a gram. That's not how it works. These blocks that people talk about, I have my own little periodization blocks. It's not your traditional stuff. My blocks are like exercises, okay? Doing back extensions. Before that, I was doing pin squats. Before that, I was doing unilateral work. So these little blocks, and I write down and I kind of document, think about how this particular thing was affecting the squat. And so, like I said, I've got a whole library of things that I can kind of go to. And you'd think to yourself, oh, you've had 673 days to work this out. Man, people have 20 years in fields and they haven't worked it out. People dedicate a whole lifetime. Einstein dedicated his whole lifetime to certain things. And even though it might seem like it's simple, it's not simple. Butt wink is not simple. ATG is not simple. The guy, you ask anyone on the street right now, squat, I can't squat, what's happening? I have tension in my calves, in my ankles. So the calves are the problem, let's roll the calves. You can do that. But when I watch the guys squat, I never see any of these freaking kneecaps this far away over their toes. I never see that. It's always a certain thing that I see. The deadlift, they always say, no matter what you do, when you start pulling on that bar, you're going to have vertical shins. When you break that weight off the floor, your shins are going to be vertical. You can't have incline, you can't have positive angle on the shins, of your shins and pulling the bar. There's just certain biomechanical laws that you can't fight. And so each to their own, you guys can do whatever you want to do. We're all on different paths, but this idea that you need to linearly progress all the time, and this idea you're on the wrong track, you do something that's worked before, it just makes me think. I remember, like, when was it? Like late 2000s, or like maybe the 10s, somewhere around there, like 8, 9, 10, 11, I think, if I'm not mistaken, when Barcelona was killing every single one. Pep Guardiola had everyone playing tiki-taka in Barcelona, and it was just like this beautiful thing. They were nailing everyone, man. Everyone was getting killed. And the criticisms were, oh man, you go like 75% possession, 80% possession. You guys just keep passing the ball. You can't score like, you can't win like that. Voila. There was a system. He trained them. He showed them the vision. And when everything clicked, smashing. So criticizing somebody because they don't have a result to show you, it's logical, but you are not seeing the whole journey here. There's more things going on here than just what I squat on every single daily basis. It's the ideology, it's the thought behind all of this. And this is what keeps me going. This is why I'm like, man, it's the learning. That's what this is. Like today I'm going to type into the phone, 673rd day of squat every day. Do I feel fatigued? No, man, because I'm learning stuff continuously. I don't feel like this is a marathon. This is just Ivan freaking daily vlogs of what he thinks about and what he needs to do to get to whatever level it is. And yeah, I can go on these cookie cutter programs and I can have a coach and whatever, but why would I have a coach, man? The act of me having a coach is me basically stopping documenting this. I don't want to have a coach. I don't want to have a coach to think for me. I want to work this shit out for myself. I don't trust anybody. I don't want to trust anybody. I want to study my own body, which I have right in front of me, and I'll work it out. And so far, so good. I've come a long way. Of course, if I followed somebody, I'll be on a 220, 230 kilo squat. But where's the fun in that? For me, the motivation is intellectual as much as it is physical. So when people ask me, how long do you want to continue to do this? I don't know, man. I really want to live a long time. And as long as I'm living, I want to continue to learn. And if I can learn every single day, if I can test and retest every single day, Ivan's a happy character. And that's it. And I think a lot of you guys appreciate me sharing these ideas, me experimenting with these ideas, me thinking through these ideas, because I think a lot of us are in the same damn boat. A lot of us have hip pain from doing 5x5, or I have calf pain, or whatever the case might be. And so you can go to a physiotherapist and they're going to say to you, rest. Rest it. It's the easiest thing to do. I have a problem, just go away from it. Just avoid it, under the carpet. And then once you've rested, you come back to 5x5 into the same damn week of 5x5 program. Again, hip pain. Oh, rest again. Rest again. Just keep resting. Just sleep all the time. But if you attack the damn problem and you work out, okay, so it's like, I need to do this to prevent this. This is what I need. Rest solves everything. Just rest. This is my problem. I feel like this is a soft science. This is a science that all of us can do. Type into Google where the adductor originates from, where it inserts, and you'll have your answer whether it has an effect on your butt wing. If it has an effect on hip extension, hip flexion, you will understand. Just palpate. Go into a deep squat and be like, where's the tension in my body? Yeah, okay. The magnus is really, really tense when I'm in ATG position. That's what I've done. And that's what I'll continue to do. And this is why I don't see a sight. I don't see the end. And anyway, it's not about squatting every day, 200 every single day. It's just the squat every day journey for me. I might as well change the damn name to learn every day. That's what this is for me. And so some periods I have really good testing periods, like the pin squat period. The craziest freaking period of my weightlifting journey so far. Nothing had an impact like that. Like literally, I got under the bar. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this feels so light. Like 200 feels so damn light after I've just handled 320, 340. Bang. Something is definitely going on here. And guys will tell me, oh no, blah, blah, blah. This is the science. This is the paper. This is what's happening here. Whatever, man. Whatever. Something's going on here. And I like it. I like what's happening here, man, and whatever. I don't care what the science says. I don't really care what Mark Ripito says or anyone. Test it out for yourself, man. Test it. What have you got to lose? Some time? As long as you're not stupid and you put half a ton on the bar the first time you pin squat, you're fine, man. Keep testing this out. Do you think direct hamstring work is going to have an effect on your squat? Do it. It might have an effect on me, but I squat with a narrow stance, ATG. You might squat with a really wide stance. Who the hell knows, man? Everyone's different. And this is where it gets really convoluted. Like it's impossible for me to like give advice out because you might have a longer femur, shorter tibia. You're a concrete, I'm a nurse. He's a typewriter. This guy over there doesn't do anything. He smokes weed all day and he's chilling out all day. So he comes into the gym, he's all freaking lax and he can't do anything. Who the hell knows? We're all different. Just try it out, man. Do you think you're quad dominant? Do you think your glutes are weak? Hammer the shit out of your glutes for a month and see what happens. This is what I think this is. And this is what the beauty in the art in this is. This is more of an art than a science. That's what I feel like. Paint a picture how you want to paint. What's your goal? 300 kilo squat. All right. What's it going to take for you to get there? Well, I need to squat, obviously. What makes me feel better squatting? Start there. I don't see a side and end. This is, by the way, this is a rant and a half. Should probably put some footage of today's day. Came in, back extensions, as you can see here now. After I did that, I went to squatting. I did that, worked up to 180, then I backed off with 140 kilos for 3 sets of 5. Did that. My posterior chain is really fatigued from all the sets that I've done, back extensions. Still feeling fantastic. Nothing makes me feel really as good as that. I've got a night shift tonight, so it's not going to be a whole bunch of sets today. Tomorrow I'm going to come off a night shift, so who knows, I might set a PR on the deadlift. Who knows, although I doubt it because I'm so fatigued with all these back extensions. But tomorrow might be a really good day because every single time I have a shit feeling day. A lot of times when I come off a night shift, I feel shit. When I feel shit, I have good workouts. So anyway, that's kind of what happened today. And it just got me thinking, a lot of these comments come in and everyone's kind of like glad that a lot of you guys are glad that I'm doing this. But a lot of you guys, I feel like are worried that this might end anytime soon because, well, surely you can't go to 1,000, surely you can't go to 2,000. Man, like, this is me. Like, this is me genuinely. This is what I will do anyway. I have a passion for strength. I have a passion for the squat. It's a freaking problem. It's a pain in my ass, and I got to work it out. And this is just a documentation of that. I'm just freaking trying to work it out. So how long am I going to continue to do this? As long as I want to learn, and I'm going to learn for the rest of my life. So as long as my life stays the way it is and there's no disruptions to it, no crazy things happening, expect a squat every day video every single day. I better end this because I need to eat. I need to go to sleep for an hour or so and then go to a night shift. I'll see you on the other side of that, and let's see what tomorrow entails and what sort of retest I'll do tomorrow. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace out.